Hello, in this practice question, we would like to talk about the relationship between price elasticity of demand and the total revenue, okay? So this will tells you the price elasticity of demand and the total revenue. I will use R to represent for total revenue, okay? So let's look at this question. It says when the price decrease from $25, okay? So $25 to $20. What happens to the demand, okay? What happens to the price elasticity of demand, and then what happens to the total revenue? So based on this, first we can write it down. When price equal to $25, you can write down the correspondent quantity demand will equal to 100 units, right? So we have the quantity demand corresponding to $25 will equal to 100 units. And when the price decrease to $20, we can notice now the quantity demand increased to 200 units, okay? So this is the given information. And based on this given information and the midpoint methods, we can first compute the price elasticity of demand, right? So very similar to the one that we do before, we have 3 steps, right, in midpoint methods. So we will use the midpoint methods to compute the price elasticity of demand based on the midpoint methods. Okay, so based on this midpoint methods, first what we can do, the first step, okay? Step 1, similar, okay? Compute the percentage change in quantity demand. Okay, so this percentage change in quantity demand will equal to, we can use 200 minus 100. That will be the differences in the quantity demand. Divide the average of the quantity demand, 200 plus 100, divide 2. So this will give us nearly, okay, if you use calculators, it will nearly 66.67%, okay? And for the second step, we need to compute the percentage change in price, right? So for step 2, compute the percentage change in price. So if we want to get a percentage change in price, we need to get when there is a 200 units corresponding price will equal to $20, right? Minus previous one, $25, divide the average of these two prices, $20 plus $25, okay? Divide 2, okay? So this will gives you nearly like 22.22%, okay? And then once you have the percentage change in quantity demand, percentage change in price, and last step, we can compute the price elasticity, okay? So the last step here, we can compute the price elasticity of demand will equal to maybe 66.7%. And then, by the way, I forgot the negative sign here because this is 20 minus 25. So here we should have a negative, the negative 22.22%. So divide negative 22.22%. So this will nearly equal to negative 3, okay? So this negative 3 will be the price elasticity of demand. And if you still remember, we talk about if the absolute value, we can write it down, if the absolute value of price elasticity larger than 1, which means now this product is really elastic. So which means consumers are really sensitive to price change. When price decrease, consumers buy more, okay? Then based on this, how can we get the revenue? The total revenue. So the total revenue, I will tell you another formula to compute the total revenue. So when we get a total revenue, total revenue actually is easy to compute. It will just equal to the price times quantity, right? So based on this, when the price equal to $25, we have the total revenue, R1, I will just mark it R1, okay? It will equal to $25 times what's the quantity demand? 100, right? Therefore, the revenue will equal to $2,500. And when the price decrease to $20, then we have the new quantity demand equal to 200 units, which will give us the revenue, new revenue equal to $4,000. So for this type of the product, if they are elastic, decrease price is actually a very good strategy because you can earn more revenue, okay? However, for the products such as the gasoline, they're really inelastic demand, right? So the good strategy for gasoline is to increase the price, because increase the price of the gasoline, you can get more revenue. However, in this question, we notice the product is really elastic based on our calculation. So decrease the price would be a good strategy to have more revenues as it's showing in this question.